What's up, guys? It's Squid here again. One of my very few solo videos. I'm doing the spoiler version of Logan. Logan movie review. The reason why is just me, for obvious reason. I'm the only person out of the sports podcast to see it. So, but to get started, on this movie review. If you haven't seen my spoiler free, if you haven't seen the movie yet, and you want to see my spoiler free, we're gonna have that posted, so go, probably a link below, so go check that out. But again, let's get into the movie review. To start it off, I love this movie. Simple fact. That's simple as you can get. I love this movie. It was one of my favorite movies of 2017. One of my favorite superhero movies, just in general. One of my favorite movies just in general. Probably, it's a really solid movie, and I enjoyed it. Hugh Jackman did a killer job, of portraying Wolverine. Patrick Stewart did his thing. I totally can't remember the little girl's name that played X-23, but damn, she killed it. I'm telling you, it was really good. The guy that played Caliban, he crushed it too. Donald Pierce. It was just good acting across the board. I really enjoyed this movie. Getting to some of the plot. This the way they had Wolverine. Just the way, Hugh Jackman played Wolverine. Wolverine is dying. He's dying, but more or less. His healing factor is way slowed because he's getting older, and the adamantium in his body, his skeleton, that's bonded to his skeleton. The reason why he's practically indestructible is killing him. It's poisoning him. He has metal poisoning, which we've known in the comic books. We've known this for years. That's why X-23, his clone, has a faster healing factor than him, because his healing factor is constantly working to keep him, the heal from the metal poison that he's constantly, in contact with. But they kind of started off good. He's working on a chauffeur in the beginning to get money for that he can buy a boat for him and Charles Xavier. And I guess Caliban, but in the movie it looked like they alluded to not so much that it's gonna leave him. But him and Charles can go out there and do this thing. Charles Xavier, Professor X, he's in a bad spot. He developed Alzheimer's, and his brain is not all the way there. But he's having these psychic seizures, the whole in the movie. So they constantly have to give him medicine, constantly keep him drugged up, basically, for he won't have these psychic blasts that pause everybody and cause immense pain and cause people to suffocate. And he killed in Westbrook or Westminster, whatever. Yeah, Westminster, I think. Yeah, he killed the X-Men. That part kind of slipped, but he definitely that happened, and it's crazy. And so that's why Logan's the only one that's alive, because obviously he's tough, he can take it. So it's really crazy. And then just how basically in the beginning they did a really good job at showing just how emotional and how hard things got. No new mutants have been born in the last I think 30 or 25 years. It's for a while. And and everything kind of just went to shit for him, and it's and that feeling is definitely there. And then the lady trying to get X-23, lady, we found out that Xander Rice, is in charge of a company that's I forgot the name of the company. Terrigen? Yeah. Terrigen? Yeah. Or I'm thinking about Terrigen gas. I'm not sure. Transitin? But he's charged a company that basically was making these little superheroes, soldiers. We find out that Xander Rice is actually the reason why mutants haven't been born in so long, and he's making these mutant super soldiers. Raising these kids from young to be heartless and just moralless, and just go out and get a job done. Which very much like in the comics, that was so. We see the Reavers in this. We see the Reavers in this also, and Donald Pierce leading the Reavers. A cybernetic, the enhanced team made for hunting mutants. We do not see Dr. Sinister in here, which I kind of let down. But watching the movie and how just real the movie feels, is how straight real the movie feels. I understand the choice, and I totally respect it, honestly. Because Sinister has one look. Sinister has one look. It's really hard to make a person like Sinister, real. We would have complained if they made Sinister a normal looking individual. So that's one thing for sure. But Xander Rice did his thing in this movie. He was a douchebag, and that's kind of how he's supposed to be. Because in the comics, he was definitely a douchebag. So they did that. But the Reavers in this movie, Donald Pierce in this movie, Xander Rice, kind of continuing on throughout the storyline. Basically, most of the story is Wolverine trying to get X-23 to the safe haven in North Dakota, because like there's like a window of time, the safe haven in North Dakota where all the other kids are at, because like a window of time they have to cross the U.S. Canadian border to get over to Canada to a place where they be safe, I guess, and like that's most in the movie. Is basically them two is Wolverine, X-23, and Professor X kind of making this ride and kind of going through things while the Reavers are chasing them down. They had Caliban, the dude that played Caliban is good, really good actor. Is working out, and it's kind of like a dynamic between X-23 and Wolverine. Kind of she's hurt, like she is basically him. She's his daughter. She's his clone. She, like that's how you imagine a little Wolverine would be, But it also shows, which is perfect because the actress did a perfect job. In the end of the day, even though she's him, even though she's badass, by the way, like oh my god, like you don't understand. She, the blood and gore, she was putting work in. Like, there's a part. I know I'm going on a tangent, but there's a part where she's walking out of the base, I guess they were staying at, where Professor X and Wolverine were staying at, because Reavers came, blah blah. They're there to get her. They send a guy in there. She walks out with the dude's head under her arm, like what's up? And then Donner Pierce is like, hey, calm down, calm down, calm down. And then she's walking, calm down. He's like, oh shit, and he backs up, and then she starts just ripping them apart. One thing I would say, I said in my spoiler free, I said that one small gripe I had about the movie was the length of the movie, which I mean it's really small because I don't mind long movies, But another thing I would say, I feel like even though Wolverine is weak, I mean Wolverine is dying and all of that, I feel like they kind of made him slightly too fragile. I mean he did a lot of killing, but he definitely got beat up a good bit in this story. I mean, but I always found that to be a gripe in all my movies dealing with Wolverine. I mean, not all my movies, all like the comics dealing with Wolverine. I feel like sometimes Wolverine gets beat up too much, and it kind of definitely. I mean, but it's whatever. I can understand because you're used to fighting with a healing factor, so of course you might be a little sloppy, kind of like what happens with Deadpool. But I mean, but again, like I was talking about, X-23, yeah, she was straight vicious in this whole thing, but like, yeah, besides being a fucking expert killer and this straight, savage. She's a little kid. No, there's a part when she's literally on like a little like horse, like a little, like horse you found out outside of grocery stores, and you put the change in and it rocks you back and forth. And she's having a great time with that. But she doesn't understand certain rules, so when things don't go her way, she gets mad and she about draws her claws. She almost stole stuff from a gas station. It was crazy. I mean, and then getting towards the end to wrap this video up. Long story. I mean, they have a clone in this movie, a Wolverine clone, X-24. What it is, I guess. I mean, it's reminiscent of Albert because in the comics, Donald Pierce did build a mechanical robot called Albert, and Albert was Albert and Wolverine killed him easily, by the point. But I guess that's what X-24 is supposed to be kind of a ripoff. Supposed to be kind of of Albert. But it worked out pretty well. I mean, X-24 ends up killing, Charles Xavier, which was definitely a sad moment, and then he kills everybody else in there, which is definitely a sad thing. And then, Wolverine's pretty injured, but, he gets over it. Ain't the point. But, they buried, Professor X, which was a really sad moment, and then, the emotion conveyed in this movie. And, like, the last couple, scenes whenever, last couple scenes when they're basically getting across the line, whenever they made it to the, they finally made it to the base or whatever, and they're making it across the line, they're about trying to cross for Canada, and the Reavers are there, they have like this medicine that basically enhances their abilities, and Wolverine takes the whole vial, the whole dose, and he just like goes classic Wolverine, and it's so awesome. This R rating was definitely there. It was amazing. Oh my god, it was so awesome. And then like the end, when after he's basically the medicine wears off, he's gravely injured, blah blah. He's on the ground and he's holding her in his hand. Holding her. It's sad. The emotion that between them, their whole dynamic is crazy. It's just how he tried to act like he doesn't care about her, and in the day, like it's sad. It's a really sad moment. It's but I mean, in the end of the day, this was definitely one of my favorite Marvel movies. This is definitely the best X-Men movie. The only X-Men movie I could think that gets close is Days of Future Past. The only one that I can think that's close to it, honestly. Because before this, Days of Future Past was definitely my favorite X-Men movie. Because Apocalypse was whatever. Wolverine Origins, that was lackluster as all get out. X3 was lackluster. Uh, I'm missing one. The Wolverine, that was alright, I guess, but still not amazing. All the X-Men movies basically kind of, you know, they did their. I mean, the first X-Men movie, X2 First Class, those were good. They weren't really good movies. They were good movies, I would say. Days of Future Past was a pretty good movie. This movie, Logan, they knocked it out the park with this one. They did a really good job. They finished strong. They literally, Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart saved their best performance for last, for sure. And it's not even a question. This is the only Fox superhero movie that can stand up to this movie is Deadpool. But they're so polar opposites but Deadpool is probably the only one. But personally, I like this more than Deadpool. But it was a great movie for sure. One of my favorites. One of my favorite superhero movies for sure. All the acting was good. The plot was strong. They had a lot of nods to the comics throughout the whole thing. And then on top of that, the Death of Wolverine came out a couple of years ago. So, I guess that's technically a nod to the comics. And how X-23 took his mantle as the new Wolverine in the comic books. So, I guess that's kind of it. But, for sure. But wrap the video up, I'm definitely giving this, like an 80, like an 88 probably. Like close to 88, 90-ish range. Like, I liked it. I really enjoyed the movie. It was really good. A couple gripes, little long, maybe. And I think they made Wolverine slightly too fragile. But again, this is an individual that's used to feeling tip-top shape. You know what I mean? Basically tip-top shape almost at all times. So, he wouldn't be used to kind of feeling cruddy. Physically, at least. Mentally, whatever. But physically. But, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Share this video. Comment, definitely. Definitely leave your opinions and see what we're doing. Definitely keep, have a discussion going on. Oh, we have links down below for our social media. And I'm pretty sure we should have a link for the spoiler free or find it. But definitely watch our videos and really appreciate you for watching. Y'all have a good day. Peace.